It's funny the things you notice when your world ends. You don't notice the face of the person who took you. You don't notice the color of the van. You notice the smell of the floor mat. You notice the way the grit of the road feels against your cheek as the vehicle takes a sharp turn. You notice the exact rhythm of the blinker. Click, clack, click, clack. You were just walking to your car. It was 6:15 p.m. The sun was setting, casting long, orange shadows across the grocery store parking lot. You were thinking about what to cook for dinner. You were thinking about a text you forgot to send. And then, the world went black. It wasn't like a movie. There was no struggle. Just a sudden, sharp pressure against your neck, a cold chemical smell, and the feeling of your knees hitting the asphalt. Now you're awake. But you aren't out. You're in a space so small your chin is pressed against your knees. It's dark. Not the kind of dark where your eyes eventually adjust. This is total, absolute deprivation. It's the kind of dark that feels heavy, like it's filling up your lungs. You try to move your hands, but they're zip-tied behind your back. The plastic is biting into your wrists, and every time you struggle, it clicks one notch tighter. You've been here for hours, or maybe days. Time doesn't exist in the dark. Your only connection to reality is the sound. Above you, you hear them. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate, heavy footsteps walking across a wooden floor. Creak, creak, creak. They stop directly above your head. You hold your breath, hoping that if you don't make a sound, you'll disappear. You realize you aren't in a box. You're in a crawl space. A hollowed-out section of a foundation. Suddenly, you hear a new sound. It's a radio. It's playing an old love song from the 50s, but the signal is weak. The static makes the singer's voice sound like it's underwater. It's the most terrifying thing you've ever heard, because it means life is going on normally just a few feet away. Someone is making coffee. Someone is reading the news. And you are under the floorboards, a secret kept in the concrete. Then, the footsteps start again. This time, they're heading toward the basement stairs. Thud, thud, thud. The door at the top of the stairs moans as it opens. You hear a light switch flip. A hum of electricity fills the room. And then, the sound of a zipper. A heavy, industrial zipper. The light bleeds through the cracks of your wooden cage. It's blinding. You see a pair of boots, old, caked in dried mud, stop inches from your face. He doesn't speak. He just sits there. You can hear his breath. It's steady, calm. He's eating something. The sound of him chewing a crisp apple is deafening in the silence of the basement. He wants you to hear it. He wants you to know that while you are starving, while your throat is so dry it feels like it's lined with glass, he is enjoying a snack. He reaches out a finger and traces the wood of the crawlspace door. He whispers that he wondered when you'd wake up. His voice isn't a monster's growl. It's normal. It's the voice of a neighbor, a teacher, a librarian. That's the inner scream. The realization that the person who has destroyed your life is perfectly, terrifyingly ordinary. He slides a small, plastic bowl of water through a slot in the wood. You scramble for it like an animal. You don't care about dignity anymore. You only care about the wetness hitting your tongue. But as you drink, you see something at the bottom of the bowl. It's a ring. A wedding band. It isn't yours. You realize you aren't the first. You look around the small space, your eyes finally finding the strength to see in the dim light. Scratched into the stone of the foundation are names. Dozens of them. Dates stretching back years. He leans down, his face pressed against the gap. You can only see one of his eyes. It's a piercing, unnatural gray. Cold. Like a winter sky. He tells you not to worry. He says the first 3 days are the hardest. After that, you stop trying to remember the sun. After that, you become part of the house. He stands up. The light switch flips. The basement goes black again. The heavy door at the top of the stairs slams shut, and the bolt slides home. You're back in the heavy dark. But now, you aren't just listening to the house. You're listening to the walls. Because you realize the scratching sound you heard earlier wasn't him. It was the person in the wall next to you. You open your mouth to scream, but no sound comes out. Your voice is gone. All that's left is the inner scream. The one that echoes inside your skull, bouncing off the concrete forever.